Hello and welcome. This is Kisma News presents Cricbuzz Live. Sri Lanka has won the toss and opted to bowl against Australia. Wrong? Oh, sorry. It's the other show. We're talking about the IPL auction here. Some great things have happened in the first hour. Some crazy things have happened in the first hour. Keep saying that because crazy things just keep happening. It's just the way the world works, doesn't it? What were some of those crazy things? Well, here to discuss them with me, Simon Doull, Harsha Bhogle, Joy Bhattacharjya. All right, your one line, your one event of the first hour, Harsha.
Shivam Dube.
Shivam Dube. Okay. Shivam Dube is yours. I'll just go around quick and then we'll come back.
There've been many. There's been some steals. There've been some expensive buys. But I'm thinking luckiest player, Shivam Dube. I think he should be very, very happy. Not grudging him his money. I just think he should be very happy.
Excellent. Joy, for you, what's the one thing that stood out in the first hour?
Liam Livingstone and the Birmingham connection. And that's a lot of money.
Just leave it at that. Leave it at that. That's like a little teaser. Just leave it at that. And we'll come back to why he's saying that. Simon, yours?
I'm pleased for Odean Smith. I'm really happy for him. I think he's a player on the rise, and it's a good amount of money. It's not earth-shattering where he will be nervous, but it's a very nice sum.
Okay. I think for me, it was you play the final as the captain, and that is your final as a captain. There you go. I'm talking about Captain Morgan. No space, not even a bid, not even a squeal for him. But, well, it's just how brutal this world is. It's so cutthroat. Joy, I think you left us with the most tantalizing teaser, so I'll go with you. Liam and the Birmingham connection. Come on, tell us more about this. Tell us more about... He was the player of the 100, right? So there was no surprise that there was going to be big bidding. I predicted he'd go over 10 crores, but you're going to tell us why, behind the scenes. Get nerdy on us.
Yeah. I'm not going to get very dirty. It's a man who's got dirty on us is actually Deepu, because Deepu let us know that the
Dirty Deepu
who works with Dirty Deepu. It sounds right as well.
Yeah.
That the man who works with the Phoenix, Birmingham Phoenix, is also there as the analyst with this team. So Liam Livingstone was one of the top players in that complete lineup, and they had a style in which they were playing, and he was one of the best batters in that tournament. So I think what they've tried to do is they've tried to pick up the player, and they had this approach where they'd go bang, bang, bang from ball one. And I think they are trying to replicate that approach out here. So Liam Livingstone is a very important piece of that. And, well, they certainly believed it, because the kind of money they paid for him is not funny.
Their top five right now is looking like, their top five is looking like Johnny Bairstow, Shikhar Dhawan, Mayank Agarwal, Liam Livingstone, and Shah Rukh Khan. So no secret about what approach they're going for. And Odean Smith.
And Odean Smith.
Yeah.
So it is a bang approach. I think on good wickets, that is the way to play T20 cricket. So it's a fair call. But I'd like to take on what you said about Aaron Finch and Owen Morgan. Definitely the first two, that was a story in itself. But both of them have been around in IPL for a long time. I've always believed a good captain is worth two players in the side. I know I've got a lot of flack for saying that over the years. But I think in T20 cricket, you can carry a team of 10 players. But with Morgan, with Finch, they've been in the IPL for a very long time. And they haven't had one standout season. So I think the moment captaincy options became open, then I think their USP went away. More so with Morgan than with Finch. Finch is a more recent captain, more so with Morgan than with Finch. And so the reason to go for him, and I think, Brendan McCullum and Owen Morgan are very close. KKR are very happy with Owen Morgan. Somebody used the word brutal. Was it you?
Yeah.
And I think that is just what it is. Beyond a while, you have your relationships, you have your friendships, but work is work.
That's right. It's pretty cutthroat. But Simon, Dirty Deepu has given us this very interesting insight, right? And that's what I love about... We just keep thinking, it's just five people on the table, or just it's whimsical. It absolutely is not. And you can tell now Punjab's clear thought and where it's coming from.
Yeah, you can. Of the sort of 7 or 8 people that are sitting around the table, there's probably 2 or 3 of them that are actually doing some work. The others are there to look good and to show, to show up on television so that franchises can, look smart.
He's short on sleep.
There are some
duly short on sleep officially, and he's lost his walk. He's missing his walk. You can tell.
That's right. That's right. A man needs his air, man. A man needs his air.
But the stats guys, the stats guys are there for a lot of good. I think sometimes, stats and the way we read into things can be overbearing on the game, and sometimes just general cricket nous is just as good. They still tell us that left arm orthodox spinners can't bowl left-handed batters. Well, it's a load of rubbish. If you're good enough, you'll be able to do that. Off spinners shouldn't bowl to right-handed batters. It's stats can sometimes go too far, but in a certain way that you want to play. Birmingham Phoenix got their way to the top of the ladder in the 100. They played in the final. Yes, they lost in the final, but they were good enough to get there. They had Finn Allen, Will Smeed, Moeen Ali and Liam Livingstone, I think, were their top four, all just crash bang wallop players. So that's obviously a theory that maybe that this guy's taken to Punjab and decided that that's part of it. I don't think Mayank Agarwal is crash bang wallop. I don't think Shikhar Dhawan is crash bang wallop, but they are skillful enough to find the boundaries time and time again. So and Johnny Bairstow as well. So it's the theories. I like them. I like when they're combined with common sense. And I think there's actually some good common sense involved in that whole situation. So, I got no problem with it at all.
Well, we spoke about the two captains, Aaron Finch, World Cup winning captain, not finding a buyer. Ewan Morgan, IPL finalist last year, not finding a buyer. But we got Ajinkya Rahane at base price, joy for Knight Riders.
It is absolutely, it was really vital to them. It's extremely important because they don't have the money. And they started chasing Livingstone for a while, but I think they gave up after 5 or 6 crores. But Rahane gives you that one player who has played this format. And remember, Rahane has been playing this for a long, long time. He was the go-to guy for the Rajasthan Royals for a very long time. So he understands this format. I think he's got a couple of good seasons. At 1 crore, he'll really give them value. I think he'll really give them value. And given the number of players they have and the kind of team composition, they have to play him first 11. Rahane is not the best guy on the bench. He doesn't like sitting on the bench. But give him a regular place in the side, and I think he can give you something.
No surprise that Mumbai were going for Marco Jansen. Little surprise that they pulled out fairly early, considering they do have the purse, Harsha.
They were like Joy was this morning.
Yeah.
I mean, they never put the paddle down. They had the paddle up all the way. Even as the others were bidding, the paddle was up. And I just wonder if they gave away their hand, or whether they were trying to say, look, we want him, but we want him up to a point. Beyond that, we don't want him. The question for me at the moment with Mumbai Indians is, beyond a point, who do they want? Because at the moment, I know there's some good players coming up.
Besides Ishan.
There's some good players coming. That's true. There's some good players coming. But they've got very few players. They're sitting on a lot of money. But they've only got 8 players and 2 overseas players. So because they've got the reputation they do, I'm convinced there's something up their sleeve. Because otherwise, it looks like they're leaving it too late. So they've got something up their sleeve.
Let's look at what their team is looking like so far, and why we were kind of surprised that they let Marco Jansen go. Hyderabad scooped him up for 4.2. This is their team. And Simon's pretty simple. Let's just forget about the quality. First, you need quantity. You need 11.
Yeah, you need 11 first and foremost. I'd like to think that they're not looking at Devalt Brevis and saying, here's a starter right now. He's a kid. Yes, he's incredibly talented, but they're leaving their run late for overseas players if they're thinking that he is definitely a starter for them in the first game of this season. It's going to be a tough ask, but hey, you pay the money, you put yourself in the auction. I guess you deserve your chance. So look, they need some overseas, but I'm still convinced that Adam Milne is on their radar, and he's a guy that's been there before, that knows the ropes, knows Shane Bond really well. So I'm convinced that that's one of their big targets. And again, they clearly have a strategy. They went to that, 4 crore for Marco Jansen. As soon as it went above 4 crore, put the paddle down, let's leave it. And Zahir Khan seems to be, to me, more of an influence than anyone at that table. Watching that bidding, he seems to be the one making the major decisions. Again, I like it because he's a cricket brain, and he's a very smart cricket brain, and they're the people that should be making those decisions.
Yeah. For Gujarat as well.
I was more surprised they let Odion Smith go than Marco Jansen.
Yeah.
I don't think Marco Jansen is still a ready T20 player with his bowling or batting. I was a little surprised they let Odion Smith go, especially because they got Karan Pollard at 5. They can play Odion Smith at 8.
Of course, Zahir Khan making decisions there. You've got his bowling partner and World Cup winning coach, Gary Kirsten and Ashish Nehra, who are at Gujarat. And they've been fairly busy in this first hour as well. They've done a lot of buying, and you can tell what kind of buying they're doing. They want that little thick middle all-round option, this and that, both. They got Dominic Drakes. They also got, what are the other players there? Vijay Shankar and Jayant Yadav. So those are the 3 that they've bought this morning, Joy.
I actually quite liked what they've done, because they've got 2 very solid players. Vijay Shankar, Jayant Yadav is an underestimated batsman. He, as an off spinner, he's excellent. There are certain conditions in which you'll always play him. I really like him. Vijay Shankar bats, if he can give them a couple of overs as well, then you're going to get a very, very useful side. Look, they've made smart picks so far. I like the look of that team. To be honest with you, I like the look of that team. I want to go back. I really like the look that Punjab top 6, if they can make it fire. They don't have too much bowling firepower other than Rabada, but that Punjab top 6 is a pretty decent top 6.
Yeah, see, they're going for the big hitters. They need the bowlers, though. They've just got the one solid pedigree bowler. If I'm looking down that list, if you're looking at someone with experience, they've got a few youngsters there. But if you're looking with experience, there's only Rabada there. Gujarat's also got these 3 players for about 4 crores in total. Yeah. So they've managed to give themselves some wiggle room, and they've got a few decent options there. Simon, sorry, you also put your hand up. Yeah,
that's right. For those of us old enough, and Harsha's one, I'm sure Joy will remember Vaspit Drakes. Obviously playing for the West Indies. So his son Dominic, very, very, very good cricketer. Left arm, quick, tall kid, incredibly athletic as well. He's a brilliant fielder. He's got ability with the bat. He, to me, is a guy who you won't possibly see a lot of this year, but I guarantee you next year he will get game time, get regular game time, and be a bit of a star in the next 2 years of this tournament. He's a seriously talented kid. He's got a lot to offer, and I think that's a smart buy looking to the future. He'd be 6'4", maybe 6'5", bowls left arm at about 130, late 130s at the moment, and could get quicker and will get better with the bat and is a gun in the field. So I think he's a good buy.
Okay, well,
actually, why is an even better buy than that? If you very quickly look down, Hardik Pandya, if he is playing, Hardik Pandya 6, Tewatia 7, Drake's 8. You only need to get 8 overs out of those 3, and you've got batting at different kinds. So I think 6, 7, 8. That's a very clever purchase there with Dominic Drakes. Just on Punjab, quick one. It's still out in the open still not known when the South Africa players are coming. There's talk about allowing the South African players to miss the test series against Bangladesh and come early. If they do come early, that's okay. But if South Africa says, sorry, we need Rabada, and Rabada doesn't rebel, then you don't get Rabada till about 14th, 15th of April. Whoa. So you're missing him for 5 matches at least. So they've got to be very careful, because it's not yet clear when the South Africans are coming.
I just hope they do that, because Punjab has done this a couple of times before, where they get all the big batters, and then suddenly you go, hang on, where are my bowlers, right? Where are my experienced T20 bowlers? So hope they're not making the same mistake again. There's still a lot of buying to be done. In fact, Khalil Ahmed is under the hammer now, and he's closing in on 5 crores now with Delhi and Mumbai going hard for him. So, yep. It's going. We're going to come back, of course, and speak about that and all the goings-ons of the auctions. We'll probably do that in the lunch break. We don't know when that'll be happening. So we'll be back for that. Thank you to Simon, Joy, and Harsha. Simon, I hope you can catch a bit of your walk right now.
What have we got? 8:50. Yeah. I've got 40 minutes of walk to go.
Go for it.
Thanks, guys. See you later, eh?
Yeah. Do it. He's going to do a little walk around the yard. Did I say yard? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. Just outside. Outside. We're sick. Come on. Do it. We got you.
So happy he's wearing shorts.
Yeah, he's going to go outside. He's going to wear these shorts. All right, we're going to keep this show short and get out of here. Kisma News presents Cricbuzz Live. Thank you for watching. We'll be back soon.